up, world? What's going on YouTube? This is Don't Flop Kickoff, the first main event of the very fucking first event of the year. Thanks to all the fans that came, paid their money to support. Big up the whole team in the building. Bam, Kruger, Body Bagnall, Bentleg, Sound Graphics, everybody else supporting. MA on the head judging shit, sorting all that shit out. Taking the weight off my shoulders so I can actually have a good time and have a couple of pints, do you know what I mean? Main event number 1 of 2 of the day. This has been a really, really good event, man. Shouts to all the battlers for turning up on time, all the fans for turning up on time as well. Let's get straight into this one. Please log on to the forum. Pretty simple, don'tflop.com/forum. Debate this battle. This is a judge battle. Please let us know if you agree or not. Okay, on the right hand side, from Peterborough, repping the dead fucking poets, Mark Grist. Make some you can. And on the left, head of the Red JSD Reading Battle League, repping Reading. He killed his tryout here last January. Now he's back for another battle. Orcs, make some noise. It was. Bamalam's right, a year ago was a year ago. Crazy battle, gee, trust me. That was some mad mathematics, man. Okay, they chose off camera. Oh yeah, also shouts to Alpha Schedule Designs, ASD, you see them on the screen. Alpha Schedule Designs for hooking me up the hats, fucking sick. This is from don'tflopshop.com, check it out. Okay, Orcs chose to go first, Mark was cool with that. It's main event number 1 on Orcs, let's go.
Okay, yo, check. See, I'm bored of seeing battles with that aggressive harder crap, using schemes and multi-syllables to stretch your bars and that. When it started for a laugh, it was a test of arts and craft, but these days it just hides the fact that the bars are whack. And that's what I like about me and you, Mark. You see, we ain't like the rest. We don't need to spit fast by getting all hyped and stressed. And sometimes it might not be who might be best, so it causes the win for us to become quite the test. But here's an even matchup. It's Mark G in my company. At last I've been given a chance of beating this fuckery. I've been given a target and I got a beast of a gun to spree, so how would I miss with the marker meter in front of me? Yeah, and you weren't expecting that. But he knows it's rude, but I wasn't expecting that. Your cheekbones are huge. Because them babies are a terror. Forever hench, bro. Looks like someone squeezed your cheeks and just never let go. And that's why they're rosy red. Man, that's a damaging sight. Who's seen Saw?
Yeah.
That little chat with the bike. See, this guy's a teacher, but he don't cover the big fractions. He teaches English, it's covered with distractions. He puts a G in front of his name to couple with kid fashions and to hide that he's a pedo and cover that wrist action. See, there's no way I'm losing. I'm gonna make it through to the race. You're an old car, that's a whole par, because I'm new to this game. See, I don't really have to go far, because the proof's in your name. The MGs are outdated and useless today. And today I got bars and laughs, I got nice lyrics. And I respect the rules within the art, like the time limit. 1 minute and a half, 9-0 with the right digits. Just bear that in mind, Mark. That's not for 9 minutes. And I made out of time.
Time, round 1, let's go! Go, Grist! Right, so Mark Grist, round 1.
It's a funny thing, I'm only reduced to him because my stumbling was too frequent, and yet physically, you're literally a battle rapping speed bump. You're going about my face and my occupation in the same angles you overuse, but the only way you'll hurt me is if somehow I trip over you, and yet it took me the fight's on. It's like Bruno versus Tyson, if Bruno's pubic years were still way off on the horizon. I understand, alright? I understand. Battle rap makes up for the fact you never got to be cool, and facial hair was a thing that just happened to other people, but it's funny. Though I'm older, my style is more the sequel, because the structures that you've got are what they cover whilst in preschool. And yet, all his parents' money was spent on classes and clubs and monthly events. He's got money, he's rural, I humbly present the guy who puts the first syllable in the phrase country gent. Most Sundays, you're sipping Chianti Slow-Mo whilst wrapped in a kimono, yanking your meat oboe as you watch the Antiques Roadshow. Shit at this time. You want to show off with wit? You'd be better off silent. Despite the acting classes that you were provided, I'll put Orcs in a box, but I doubt you could mime it. You're aspiring to rhyming with violence and fighting, but all I can see is a posh kid in crisis. Some midget rich kid with tidbits of witless insipid dim shit that you scribbled in physics. Driven to mimic a vision the industry's ripping to shit for your witless existence. The hubris which lives in this piglet is killing every lyrical artist the glib brick is nicking. You remix it, you respit it, you big up the district, but he's helping the scene in the way Jim would fix it. Sadly for you, Simon, this just isn't cricket. It's time for the grit within GRIST to start ripping this listless, dickless vision of Tintin with lyrical flips till piss spills from his midriff, and I'll still be home in time for tea and some biscuits.
Yo, hold it down, let's go.
Yo, chill. See, you were born in the 80s. That's when it started, mate. You could have changed the game and made a say to start to path the way. Teach the younger generation about days to come like Nas and Dre. And even though I wasn't there, my heart's still large and great. The 4 elements of which my crew's still passing traits. DJs, rappers, graphers who practice the art of break. Neither of which has Mark ever started but passed away. And then you came a teacher with a class to pass the day. You teach a class of boys. That class is partly gay. See, I'm a drama teacher in the class we laugh and play. You think you're creative? We've already passed that stage. See, poetry's an art, dramatical enhance is made, but originates from drama, so you're hardly harder, mate. Now you're battling and challenging someone who's partly made, with hip-hop to the core with the force of an armoured plate. You're battling orcs, and what's more than hard to face is I've achieved what you have in your whole life, and I'm only half your age. So if this guy's got bars, then I'm a damn hater. I stay quick off the mark like Bolt had ran it a tad later. Stay physically charged when I'm sparking a mad blazer. When you get a high mark, it's on an exam paper. This damn faker ain't hard, so I'm powering on Mark G. If he's a king of this art, then I'm targeting Mark C. Ain't a thing for the bars, he ain't hard to mark. He gets brought to events and put down like a marquee.
Let's go.
Because when you battled Soul with the Fringe in Edinburgh, you fucked up your words a bit, etc. So, how do you feel? Because you got rolled on bitch and then crushed to bits with that soul on grist. Hold on, shit. You had excuses like, I'm sorry, I'm just really tired. Really tired? Well, here's something for you. When Earth set this up, I was struggling too. Had to work at which rate it was doubling, dude. I had to film and edit videos a couple and new. Had to pay off a loan that snuck out when it's due. But I still knew that I would end up pummeling you because I was hungry at the time and you was some of that food. So saying, I'm tired, ain't a fucking excuse.
Let's go.
But to say it's all true, that isn't as whole fair, because when you said it's been a long fringe, you was looking at Soul's hair.
Time. Round 2, Mark Chris. Let's go.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Against Soul, like, some of my lines were waste, but that was after 40 shows over 20 days. You do one show, you won't get 40 guys you'd pay. Your mother is able-bodied. And a very nice lady, and she's round the corner in the car waiting for the rooting devastation on your face as you explain how again you took a pasting. You'll cry and whine out, but I always ace my reports, to looking out with your face to the door. She'll give you some treats, quail eggs and some port, and let you tune into the Archers on Radio 4. She drives you in rain, she drives you through snow, she's the reason in battles you stand in new clothes. And yet any other girl ends up chatting with you, goes the next day to Boots to get Caniston Duo. And he lives near Reading, a lovely setting, and provides a lucid view. I lost my virginity in that city and hopefully one day you will too. You and your mates have started your own battle league called Red JSD. Yay! A soap opera that hits hard, as entertaining to watch as an off-colour discharge. If you haven't seen it, don't worry, you're in the majority. It's just drama lovies working through their middle-class monotony. Picture Madame Bovary just with jokes about bombs and sodomy. It's the dirtiest of channels. You've created battle rap zone donomy. If you want your insults read aimlessly, tune in to Red JSD. They haven't got any international battlers, but that doesn't matter. Every match you put on is its own private disaster. You just mope about in someone's basement with your hoods up looking vacant, going nuts when anyone's staying that someone's gayer than all the gay things. To you boys, the phrase anything goes is a quality control statement. Last year, I went from watching Loaded Lux, leaving opponents crushed. I mean, lyrically, he was owning stuff, to your channel, where you boys open up, getting the audience to applaud themselves for showing up. At least Simon can drink at events you know the bar is low enough. Watching your channel's battles was plenty frustrating. If Don't Flop had been off for some lengthy durations, demo battles added nothing for days, and I'd still rather watch pretty much any other station. I'd rather sort out my loft insulation. I'd rather be made to rewatch Lost in Translation. I'd rather go to my bathroom, throw up in a basin, rip my eyes from their sockets, impale them, have Michael Gove's cock shoved up in my face, and watch one of your crappy stock imitations. And that might sound like hyperbole to back up my statement, but Simon, I have seen your channel and I properly hate it.
Shut the fuck up!
Yo, let's go!
Shut the fuck up, you ain't causing commotion. Big up Red Jesty and thanks for the promotion. Stop being trendy, you'll class C through it. They don't think they're hard in the Mark G unit. See, we've been through it, but he thinks that he's damn raw. To him it's a fashion, a bandwagon and more. Certified rap battler. Now that is a mad thought, because Mark, that's not what your CRB actually stands for. So stop acting tough because Simon's ill. Unfortunately, you're gay. You catch a buzz from fire drills and look forward to sports day. And you're such a bore, mate. No one's slower than you. For Christmas, he got socks and was over the moon. To be fair, your interest is the best. Because you describe food like... it's fruity with lemon zest. He ain't just a writer, he's a writer to express. In fact, that ain't just a voice, that's the voice of M&S. So fuck what you learn. Compete when the lines please. You're not a G, wrist will get burnt like I'm Chinese. Like these, rappers it's best you hate me. That flyer said you were fresh. Yeah, fresh from the 80s. This guy's from the past, the land that's far today, where teacher methods in class were different in parts and ways. The kids would sit tests, it was a matter of pass or change, but Mark's kind-hearted. He messed with the asking grade. So students think they're able and stable to charge for A's when in real life, the real mind was far from larger brains. What's worse, that decision is hard to make. Either let them think they're winning or give them a target, mate. See, later on in life, when the face of a harder state, they won't have a knowledge to give what's asked and craved. It's like this battle. I could shit on your ass for days, or I could go easy and scribble some bars I made. But we're different people, I'm honest and past your age. So that's why I'm better in setting a path to say, if this was a test of performance and bars today, I'd win, because I'd never give that mark away. One last thing. Why have you always got your hands in your pockets? Ooh, I'm cool and great with flows. If you tripped, you'd hit the floor and break your nose.
Mocking me for my hand in my pocket, that got quite a laugh. But I wore a suit, you wore a scarf. You can't beat me in this battle. Whatever made you decide you could, even if some of your jokes were kind of good, it still looks like Elijah Wood left the Shire to try another kind of hood. I'd say mind the gap, but I reckon you got most of your clothes in one. All the messages you send me in with a smiley emoticon. You're too sweet for battling. It's your own brain you're choking on. This lamb should be silent and go put the lotion on. Everyone in the class can see its consciousness of artistry versus constant stream of Mardy teen. In other words, two men versus half of one, or any domestic scene that would start between a woman he's with and Charlie Sheen. We know you stayed up all night preparing my downfall, but you learnt all your skills when you were chairing youth council. It's doubtful this sprout will spout something that's powerful. Anyone thought you were sick, they just give you some cowpole. You're a child in this battle, there's no way you win it. Both your height and your brain are somewhat diminished. You don't create shit, you mimic. I may sound like a cynic, but the only dictionary you own has mostly got pictures in it. And when you write, you're one of these misguided individuals. You lose all clarity and weight so you can fit in with your syllables. So simple within rhyme that you only just about got assonance. Never even heard of half rhyme, forced rhyme, weak rhyme, semi-rhyme, and yet half the time you're one of these asinine masterminds who reckons that they've cracked it. You've only one gear, clutching multisyllabics. You can't drive the words home, you don't know the mechanics. I feel like Saruman giving orders without any magic. I'm dumbing my words down so the orcs can understand it. called Simon Stolland, whose battle styles are dime a dozen. He only knows one rhyme, so if you work back from punchlines, all the opening bars are entirely nonsense. When you finish losing and abusing on a shoestring, allow me to offer you a target for improvement. Next time, before you write something, read something. And then maybe you won't have to take on such a schooling. Cheers.
GRIST is back!
Judging Mark GRIST versus Orcs. Mark GRIST, like, after watching that, I'm a fan of Mark GRIST, like, straight up. He's fucking, sorry, 3-0. Orcs' third round, yeah, was hard, like, Orcs came sick here, but Mark GRIST is like, on a different planet, I swear down.
Babalam just watched Orcs versus Mark GRIST. I'm going to keep it simple, yeah? I think GRIST edged every round. I wanted to give the third to Orcs. I thought he'd done really well, but then GRIST came straight back. I wanted to give the second to Orcs. GRIST came straight back again. Good rebuttals, fucking... To be honest, like, GRIST has been kind of whack since, like, his fucking Blizzard battle, and I wasn't feeling him all the last year. But if this is GRIST for 2013, then we've got a serious problem on our hands. Probably another fucking 2-0 battle on our hands, innit? Peace.
Me, I was just judging Mark GRIST against Orcs. I think that was a close battle, closer than people might think. And I think Orcs is stepping up his game in terms of bringing the bars, well-structured verses and the jokes. But I think Mark GRIST edged him. He had some good rebuttals. I thought Orcs was going to take the third round, but then towards the end of Mark GRIST's round, he really came with some intricate ideas and concepts. So yeah, I'll give it to Mark GRIST.
Yo, what's good? It's Mr. 13, don't flop, Camden, you know how we do. Cheers, Mark GRIST, let me big up, self-medicated, you know, it's gonna get views, you know. So, yeah, I think it was a good battle, I really enjoyed the battle. I've seen Ox before, he's very clever with the comedy and whatnot, but I felt like he stepped it up on the kind of, I don't want to say like bars, because they can be funny bars, you know what I'm saying, but just on a more intellectual structured kind of bars kind of thing, I thought he stepped it up. If you want me to break it down round by round, I say first round is definitely Mark GRIST. Second round I felt it was very close, edged to Mark. Third round actually thought Orcs might just edge that, but Mark did have a really good punchline about, I can't remember, the Orcs with the pretty much a name for it, but he just killed it. And just in general, Mark's just charisma, and if you know battles, you know it's about dynamics, and he's like his son in a minute. You know what I mean? Mark's a grown-ass man, he's done a lot of things, you know, he's been up and down the country doing his thing, you can't really rebuttal the truth, you know what I'm saying? So Mark GRIST killed it, absolutely, enjoyed the battle. Shout out to all of Mark GRIST, and everything, man.
What's your boy, mate? I gave it all 3 rounds to Mark GRIST. Big up the Hawks, but like, I think Mark GRIST like sophistication short, you know what I mean? I think compared to him, Hawks does seem very fresh and new. Like Mark just, you know, like Mark kind of made him look like a boy, but like, you know, big up Hawks every time. Mark killed it, do you know what I mean? I don't even need to start going fast to big him up. He's back. Follow me on Twitter @follow MA. Let me know what's up. Peace.
Yes, what's going on, man? This is Don't Flop Kickoff. It's the very, very first event of the year, kicking off our whole campaign. Trust me, we have some crazy shit planned for this year. I really hope all of you follow us through. Thanks to all the fans that came through to support the very, very first event of the year. We have my dude Orcs going up against my dude Mark GRIST. Unanimous decision, it went to GRIST. Make some noise.
It's not as bad as this.